Good morning, Willowbrook. Thank you for joining us for our daily Devo. Have you ever wondered if God could truly use you? I mean, have you looked around and seen other people used by God and think, you know what, I'm glad God's using them, but I don't think I'm that person? Well, if so, I think today in Judges chapter 6 could encourage you. We're looking at the call of Gideon. Remember, Judges is that book where God is working with his people and they keep blowing it. They keep falling into sin and then they become servants to another nation. They see their position, they supplicate, they pray out to God, and God brings salvation through a judge. But rather than learning, Israel does that again and again, and they run through the cycle. When that cycle again, when now they're under the Midianites, and God has heard their cry, and he's going to bring salvation through Gideon. Gideon wasn't the person that you would naturally choose as being this great warrior. A matter of fact, if the opening of the story has him in a wine press threshing wheat, and he was doing it because he was hiding so the Midianites wouldn't see the wheat and take it from him. And he's greeted by the angel who calls him mighty warrior. Well, right away, Gideon says, hey, you have the wrong guy. He mentions his tribe, which is one of the smaller tribes of Israel. He says that his clan is the smallest of the clans of that tribe, and his family's the least of the tribe, and he's the least of the family. So he's saying, I'm the runt of the litter. Why would you call me? Now, rather than being the exception, isn't it interesting how many times when God calls someone in the Bible, they don't think they're adequate? I mean, think of Joshua. When he was called, we know he was a little fearful because God kept saying, be strong and courageous, be strong and courageous. When God called Moses to be a spokesman, he said, I can't speak, I can't do this. And yet God saw his potential. I even love the way the angel recognized him as mighty warrior because God didn't see him as he was, but as he could become. Here's the thing, God's ability to use you is far greater than you could ever imagine. And so our focus is not on ourselves, but on God. The power is not in the messenger, it is in the message. And I just want to encourage you that God's ability to use you is far greater than you can ever imagine. That when God looks at you, he sees you as a mighty warrior who can be used for his kingdom to make an impact for him. And just as you can complete the story of Gideon and we see how God uses him in such an amazing way, you know, God loves you and God has a call on you and he can use you in just as an amazing way. Hope you guys have a great day. Continue on our daily devotion and be encouraged as you look at these characters in the Old Testament that are flawed, that aren't perfect, but they're used because it's not based on who they are, but who God is. You guys have a great day.